I am a Parks and Recreation kid. Parks and Recreation actually changed my life. I spent a lot of time as a child at the local recreation center where I got summer meals, breakfast and lunch, a snack. I learned a number of activities, athletics, sports, professional development. I learned how to fill out a resume. I had a lot of mentors that have poured into me from Parks and Recreation growing up. I got my first summer job when I was 14 years old in Washington, D.C. in the mayor's summer youth employment program. And I would already spend every day at the local rec center. So it was a no-brainer that I wanted my first job to be at a summer camp. And so I did that every summer until I went to college. And then I studied Parks and Recreation Management at North Carolina Central University, eventually doing my internship with the District of Columbia Department of Parks and Recreation. I started my career full-time in May of 2006 with DC Department of Parks and Recreation as a recreation specialist. And then now I am the Deputy Director of Aging and Disability Services for the City of Seattle and 11 cities in King County. And the fact that I'm now working at Aging and Disability Services, Parks and Recreation crosses in a span of 0 to 99. And so the skills that I've gained in Parks and Recreation helped me in my new role. In fact, Parks and Recreation is our largest partner because they have the facilities. And so we do lifelong recreation. We do dementia-friendly programs with Parks and Recreation. We do food and nutrition programs for our elders. And so I think just getting up and knowing that I have the ability to help someone's life be a little bit more better keeps me getting up every day. The cool part about parks is the DEI doesn't matter if there's no belonging. And so parks help people to belong, whether it's a new class where you're engaging with other people and a facilitator or instructor, whether it's a summer camp, whether it's going for a jog in the park, going to a golf course. I think that the belonging piece is really, really important, and I think that that's where Parks and Recreation bridges the gap and brings the diversity, equity, and inclusion together, but also by understanding community and doing needs assessments and meeting people where they are. I think Parks and Recreation has done a tremendous job in providing services, meeting the needs of the different communities. Mentoring is really important for me. I think that I've been able to grow because although I don't listen, I listen. And so I've had a number of mentors to share advice, to give me some extra guidance, to support some things. I'm a Parks and Rec kid. I'm going to continue to say that. And I started a girls group in Washington, D.C. called Young Ladies on the Rise because I was that young lady on the rise. And so there was a group of us who didn't particularly like each other growing up. We bullied each other. And one of our mentors forced us to start this group. And we were then called Black Young Sisters of the Future. And so we would meet weekly. We would do everything from arts and crafts to cooking, baking. We do fundraisers. We'd have bake sales. We learn new sports. We go on field trips. And so when I graduated from undergrad, we started a program in D.C. called Young Ladies on the Rise. When I got to Seattle, we started My Sister's Keeper, similar program. And so now back in Seattle, partnering with the local community center to provide a girls program there, which is Young Ladies on the Rise 2 Square. And we're going to collaborate with Washington, D.C., and they're going to be cross-country, like pen pals, but electronically. And the goal is to someday have them meet each other in different locations. So the Seattle Young Ladies on the Rise program would take a trip to Washington, D.C., and vice versa. So that's still in the works. But yes, this work is really fruitful, and I always want to do it. My favorite quote is, "Be the change that you want to see." And then I would encourage anyone coming into the profession to understand that leadership is at all levels. You're a leader at all levels. And so I would encourage them to be empowered by community and just knowing that they have the opportunity and the ability to be a leader and to lead at all levels and to lead by example.